Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is one of the most remote inhabited islands in the world, located in the southeastern Pacific Ocean. Known for its massive stone statues, or moa, Easter Island has captivated historians, archaeologists, and travelers for centuries. Its history is a tale of ingenuity, cultural development, environmental challenges, and human resilience. Early settlement and the rise of Rapa Nui culture. The original settlers of Easter Island are believed to be Polynesian voyagers who arrived around the 12th century CE, although some studies suggest an earlier settlement date as far back as 800 CE. These navigators traveled thousands of miles across open ocean in canoes, guided by their deep understanding of celestial navigation, ocean currents, and wind patterns. They brought with them plants like taro, sweet potato, and bananas, along with chickens, which became staples in their diet. The early settlers named the island Te Pito o Te Henua, meaning the navel of the world, signifying its isolation and spiritual significance. Over time, a unique Rapa Nui culture emerged, heavily influenced by the Polynesian traditions they brought with them. This culture gave rise to the construction of the moa, enormous statues carved from volcanic tuff found at the Reino Rarica quarry. The moa were primarily created between 1100 and 1600 CE. They represent ancestors or important leaders, believed to embody mana, a spiritual energy that provided protection and prosperity to the island's communities. The statues, some weighing over 80 tons, were transported across the island using complex methods that are still debated. They were placed on ceremonial platforms called ahu, often facing inland to watch over their descendants. Environmental challenges and decline. At its peak, the Rapa Nui population is estimated to have reached between 10,000 and 15,000. However, this growth put tremendous pressure on the island's limited resources. Easter Island was once covered in a subtropical forest that included a now extinct species of palm. Over centuries, these forests were extensively cleared for agriculture, construction, and the transportation of moa. The deforestation led to soil erosion, reduced crop yields, and the loss of timber for building canoes, which curtailed fishing activities. By the 17th century, the environmental degradation contributed to significant societal challenges. As resources dwindled, internal conflicts arose, leading to the toppling of many moa statues, which may have symbolized a loss of faith in the old social and religious order. This period, often referred to as the island's collapse, saw a decline in population and cultural practices. European contact and the introduction of new challenges. Easter Island's isolation was broken on April 5, 1722, when Dutch explorer Jacob Roggeveen became the first European to visit. The date coincided with Easter Sunday, hence the name Easter Island. Roggeveen described the island as largely barren, with a small, struggling population and many moa still standing. Subsequent visits by European explorers, including Spanish expeditions in the 1770s and British Captain James Cook in 1774, brought new diseases to the island, which devastated the local population. The introduction of Western goods and customs further disrupted traditional Rapa Nui society. In the 19th century, Easter Island faced even more hardships. Peruvian slave raiders abducted hundreds of Rapa Nui people in the 1860s, including many community leaders and knowledge keepers. This led to a dramatic loss of cultural and historical knowledge, including the ability to fully understand and interpret the island's enigmatic Rongorongo script, which remains undeciphered to this day. Annexation by Chile. In 1888, Easter Island was annexed by Chile. Under Chilean administration, the island's residents, now a fraction of their former population, were largely confined to a single settlement, Hanga-Roa. The rest of the island was used for sheep ranching by foreign companies, further marginalizing the Rapa Nui people. Their rights to land and cultural practices were severely restricted. It wasn't until the mid-20th century that conditions began to improve. In 1966, the Rapa Nui people were granted Chilean citizenship, and greater efforts were made to preserve their cultural heritage. Tourism, driven by interest in the Moa and Rapa Nui culture, has since become a key economic driver for the island. Archaeological discoveries and modern efforts. The 20th and 21st centuries have seen significant archaeological research on Easter Island. Excavations and studies have revealed much about the construction and transportation of the Moa, as well as the sophisticated social and agricultural systems developed by the Rapa Nui people. Recent research suggests that the island's collapse narrative may be overstated and that the Rapa Nui people demonstrated remarkable resilience in the face of environmental and societal challenges. Modern efforts focus on balancing tourism with conservation. The Rapa Nui National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, protects much of the island's cultural and natural heritage. Additionally, the Rapa Nui people have regained greater control over the island's administration and are active in preserving their language, traditions, and identity. Legacy and significance. Easter Island's history is a profound testament to human ingenuity, adaptation, and the consequences of environmental mismanagement. The Moa stand as iconic symbols of the Rapa Nui's artistic and engineering achievements, as well as reminders of the fragility of isolated ecosystems. Today, Easter Island continues to inspire curiosity and respect for the resilience of its people and the importance of preserving cultural heritage for future generations.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel.